I'm thrilled with the new visitor center and all that it brings to the county. And to me, it's one of the main attractions of the Frederick County in itself, because it's done in such a spectacular way.
The building that the Frederick Visitor Center's in today spent most of its life as a warehouse for a cannery that was located here. The site actually hosted a spoke factory briefly in the 1890s, the Frederick Spoke Factory. A couple of investors got into that business, literally making spokes for wagon wheels and carriage wheels, at a time where the wagon industry was sort of declining thanks to the automobile. And the cannery industry was really getting going strong in Frederick. So we were right on the B&O Railroad tracks here. It was the south side of town, the southeast corner for different industries that made smells. They would blow out of town with the prevailing winds from the northwest. And therefore, this became a really industrial area with a number of canneries side by side. This building was built about the turn of the 20th century and spent most of that century just housing cans and boxes for the Monocacy Valley Canning Company. The brick walls, the exposed wood timber trusses are all original. And then because it was a warehouse, it was a lot of wide open space. And so we were able to come in, just really do some cosmetic cleanup of the brick walls we chose to leave exposed. The trusses were in good shape, just needed minor repairs and to be cleaned up. To the extent that we could, we used things like reclaimed wood tongue and groove boards that form the ceiling here in the visitor center area, since it's all exposed up to the underside of the roof. All of that process actually went quickly. In the meantime, the exhibit design was being completed, the fabrication was done, and shortly after the building contractor was done, we were able to bring the exhibit fabricators in, have everything in here in time to be open in the spring of 2011.
It's just a wonderful place to start a visitor's journey, and then they can focus. They can decide on, oh, am I going to do history? Am I going to do antiques? Am I going to do the natural resources that we have here? It just makes it a very easy way to say, start your journey here, and then that way I think you can figure out how you can make the most of your visit here to Frederick County.
We're not a museum. We're not trying to tell the full story of Frederick County history, but we want to whet people's appetite to leave here. And so you will see throughout the space different three-dimensional things, for instance, the model of one of our covered bridges, which is really eye candy. It sucks people across the room if they have any interest in that. And then they read about it and realize that we have 3 of them out in the landscape, and hopefully that gives them some ideas. While they're looking at that, they see the ag tourism opportunities, the wineries, creameries and the like that they'll come across, orchards and such. We have, for instance, some of the historic seating from the old Tivoli Theater that would become the Weinberg Center for the Arts. So the area where we talk about art and entertainment, again, something to catch your eye. A big photo mural of the interior of the Weinberg and some of the old seats that were in that theater. The waterfall mural in our outdoor recreation area, again, catches everybody's attention as they stroll around. It's a challenge to adequately depict Cunningham Falls, the highest cascading waterfall in Maryland, with a still photo. And so we were happy to work in that actual video of the waterfall. Very simple element, it catches people's attention. If they didn't know about the parkland that we have there, now they do when they come. And so items like that mixed with the traditional elements, brochures by category, if you just want to find restaurant brochures, they're all together, as well as a great staff. And without a doubt, the human interaction that this facility gives us with our staff that is here 7 days a week, able to talk to everybody that comes through the door, find out their interests, and just make it so much easier for them than having to do a lot of drilling down on a website.
The entire building is amazing. It was an old wagon wheel factory, so it's set up so that you can go to the center of the building and you're the hub of the wheel, and then it's directional. So you can look north and it has, you know, what's in the north of the county. You can look south and it has an aisle that has what's in the south of the county. There's also a theater, shows brief history of Frederick County and the things that we offer, and it allows us to have meetings there. And if there are special events that Frederick County is hosting, we can show a brief film about those. So the entire building is just phenomenal. And again, when we have businesses from outside of Frederick come in from another state, they don't know about the area, that's where I like to have the meetings. I like to have the meetings in the tourism building. They have a beautiful conference room, and you can take them on a tour of Frederick County just by walking around the visitor center.
We have definitely seen a change over the years. Some people believe that with, GPS navigation devices and websites and mobile phone access and tablets that you don't need information centers anymore. We don't think that's true. We also think it's an opportunity to upsell people. So we get fewer people that walk in the door with a very specific question. Can you tell me the address of the National Museum of Civil War Medicine? They can find that any number of places now. What we do get is an increasing percentage of people that say, okay, we're here, where should we start? Which is great. It means they've heard that Frederick City and Frederick County, great places to visit, and they're looking for more information. We have the chance to interact with them. But what we've added to the mix are the actual exhibits.
People come to the visitor center, they see the wonderful display that shows the vintage chairs for the Weinberg Center before we did all our renovations, and to have that great picture right there in the window is wonderful. It spurs their curiosity. We get a number of customers who come to us on the day of a show and say, well, we were just at the visitor center, we saw this and we had to come visit. And so it's almost has become part of our mission, and it's part of my mission as the Tourism Council president right now. But when people come, they want to see. They see the display at the visitor center, but then they want to come see the real thing.
The new tourism building is a great asset to the county, and it's a great asset for many reasons. When businesses come to the county, they're looking to move their company here, we go to tourism, because tourism has a huge map of Frederick County. It lets you know what things are here for people to do on the weekends, after work, things to do with their families. So it creates the lifestyle. It says, hey, if you move your business to Frederick County, this is the lifestyle you're going to be able to lead. So it's a huge asset for Frederick County. I'm glad we could partner with tourism and bring that building to fruition.
Tourism Council would like to welcome anybody, whether local or a visitor to the area, to come into the Frederick Visitor Center. It's open 7 days a week, almost every day of the year. We only close for the major holidays in the fall and winter, to come in and see all there is to see and do in this wonderful community. We're very proud of this building, but it wouldn't be worth a hill of beans if we didn't have all the great sites that so many people from one end of the county to the other work to make happen.